Good evening, Unity North. It's Reverend Julie, and I want to welcome you to Meditation in the Garden. We are celebrating the unity effect, and we've been talking about it all month. This is the culmination. So I hope you're joining us for this awesome experience. You couldn't be here in person, but we still want to give you that experience. So we're going to celebrate the fictitious journey of a newcomer to Unity North. Her name is Sheila, and she comes to Unity North, and we're going to share in her journey and meet the people along the way that helped her. I'm sure most of you who have come to Unity North have had a journey, maybe not exactly the same, but similar. So I'm going to leave you now and introduce you to Sheila, our congregant.
I grew up in the church. As a child, I loved listening to the organ play and the choirs praising. It was the church that got me through the toughest time in my life, when my husband died. They really stepped in and helped me and my daughter Monica, which is why I was surprised when one day I went to church and a hush fell over the room. Well, I asked my best friend what was happening, and she couldn't even look at me. She said, "This is not a place for your daughter. I'm sorry." Before I could ask her what she meant, my daughter came running in the room, tears streaming down her face. She said, "Mom, everybody is talking about me. They're saying me and Rachel are gay and God doesn't love us." I said, "They're telling you that God doesn't love you?" I looked at these people that got me through the toughest time in my life. And they looked at me like I was a stranger. So I went to the pastor and we sat down. He took off his glasses, he shook his head, he said, "Sheila, you know how much I love you and your family. But as the leader of this church, I have to do what the Bible teaches, and homosexuality is wrong. Now, I've already talked to Rachel's family. This is not the church for you." I was stunned. No child is an abomination of the Lord. So we left that church. We left church altogether because we really left God.
I met Sheila in my mom's group. Her daughter Monica became fast friends with my daughter Chloe, and they were inseparable. Sheila always had such a sad look on her face, though. One day I mentioned the camp at Unity North my daughter was signed up for, thinking Monica would love it too. Sheila looked at me and said, "We don't do church." I told her that I completely understood, but that Unity North was unlike any church I had ever attended. There was no judgment, no evangelizing, just love and acceptance. I don't know if it was my words or perhaps the joy she sensed as I talked about my spiritual home. But several weeks later, she agreed to meet me there, and the rest is history.
I take my role as an usher very seriously. I'm the first person that someone meets when they come through the doors of Unity. And my energy will set the tone for their experience. Many people find Unity North when they're at their most vulnerable. And it is my responsibility to make sure that they have a safe space. I remember the first time I saw Sheila. Our eyes locked, and I saw her hesitation, but I also saw her desire to connect. So I said, "Welcome. I'm so glad you're here." She looked at me like she didn't quite believe me. But week after week she returned, and slowly I saw her walls begin to crumble. It's funny, because now I can't imagine a Sunday without seeing Sheila coming through the doors, beaming like a ray of sunshine.
As a prayer chaplain, it's an honor for me to hold sacred space for people in their most vulnerable moments. One day after church, Sheila approached me and I asked if I could pray with her. And tears started rolling down her face. She told me about her other church where they were asked to leave because of the rumor that her daughter Monica and her friend were gay. and she could not believe in a God that would judge and condemn people. So we prayed. We prayed for understanding, we prayed for forgiveness, but most of all we prayed for faith. Faith that Sheila would remember the light that is God's love and open her heart once again.
I'd like to tell you about when I met Sheila's daughter, Monica, for the first time. So I worked down in the youth department, and when she first came, I could tell that she wanted to be anywhere but church. So I was really selling it. I was telling her about how amazing Unity is and all the friends that she was going to make and how we accept everyone. And that's when she stopped me and said, wait, you accept everyone? And she had tears in her eyes, and that's when I realized that something had happened with this child around this subject. So I very seriously promised her that yes, we accept everyone, no matter what. And this put her at ease, and she started coming regularly, and it's 3 years later. I'm proud to say that she is a leader in our YOU program. She plans on getting a psychology degree. She wants to help children and teens who are at risk, and we could not be more happy for Monica.
Unity North has been my spiritual home for over 10 years. I love the music, the messages, the many events, but it was when I joined a small group that my spirituality really started to deepen. I've always struggled with not feeling good enough, needing something outside myself to validate me, but it was my small group that showed me how to start loving myself. They lifted me up when I was down, but they also held me accountable when my thoughts and words were out of integrity. When I first met Sheila, it was like looking in a mirror. I recognized that emptiness, that need for acceptance, and as the weeks went by, I started to see the magic from the other side. There's something really powerful about when people see you for your best and highest self. At first, it's really uncomfortable, but eventually, if you do the work, you start to see it yourself, and it's life-changing.
My best friend's name is Rachel, and she's gay. I spent so many nights trying to comfort her because our church taught us that it was a sin. We spent so many nights praying to God to make her different, but how can something be wrong if that's exactly how God made you? Because we were so close, the church asked both of our families to leave, and we didn't talk about God since then. But then things started to change. My mom began to smile more and more, and she became happier than I'd ever seen her in a long time. And then one day, she brought me to Unity North. But I was so scared at first. Would they ask me to leave too? And then the teacher said that we were all accepted no matter who we were, and it felt like a huge weight had been lifted. It's been 3 years since then, and I can't imagine my life without Unity. And now I have friends of different faiths, cultures, sexual orientations, and gender identities. And I realize that our differences are what makes us beautiful, and God loves us exactly how we are. No exceptions.
So the Unity Effect. Hope you enjoyed Sheila's journey. We're going to head back to the garden now. But as I was watching it, I thought so many of us from Unity North have had an experience where we come through the doors and it's like we're home. That's what happened to me. I came here from Pennsylvania and I walked in and it was just this wash over me, like I found my home. And we hear that at Unity North over and over and over again. So we're really glad that you have taken this journey with us, And we invite you to write in as well on the Facebook page about your journey and come home moment at Unity North. We've got Edie playing the flute behind us. She's doing a little Pied Piper thing. And so the next part of our experience tonight is going to be the meditation with Reverend Richard. We've got Will Hodge on the guitar, who's going to be doing some music, some chants, and people are back here, socially distant of course, enjoying food and fellowship. Now, in 3 weeks, we're going to have another one. We're going to have Rumi in the Garden on August 26th. We're going to have Persian food this time. And so we encourage you to sign up for that if you can. If not, we'll, as always, be live. But we are just so glad to have you here on the airwaves as well. We're starting a new series on Sunday called Do You Have an Attitude? Reverend Richard will be talking about the altitude of our attitudes. So look forward to that as well. So I'm going to turn you over here to the garden part, and you sit back and enjoy the music, enjoy the experience.
Hey everybody, Wes is coming down the hill with the camera, so that means that our live stream has already started. So he might come by your car, just say hi to your family that's watching you on the computer or on their phone. We're going to get started as soon as Wes makes his way through the cars and back up here, and then we're going to get going. And again, if you want to bring your chairs a little closer, you can do that with 6 feet distance. Feel free to do so. And in the meantime, make sure you know at least 4 people you didn't know before you got here. Okay, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful meal. It looked like Chipotle was the hit of the evening, but I'm glad that you all are here. And we, of course, we know that man does not live, neither does woman, by bread alone, but by the word of love and the word of peace and the word of truth. And so we're going to have a meditation. Take a moment to just begin the process by looking around at this incredible planet that we share. How blessed are we to be surrounded by Mother Nature and all of her grandeur and beauty. Do me a favor and also give thanks to those who you experienced driving in, the stories. And I noticed that there were a few of them that were memorized. I was completely and totally impressed. I want to thank those who were offering that experience as you walked in, and those who wrote that experience and were part of that. We're going to take that idea into our meditation tonight. It's important to you remember those characters. You remember those stories because it's part of our meditation this evening. So we've just heard a story as you drove in, a story of separation and a story of belonging. We know together tonight as community and family that those stories exist in this world. They're everywhere present. And so we ask ourselves tonight as we prepare to go into a time of meditation, what is the story that we are telling? A story of belonging, a story of family, or a story of separation and pushing those away that don't necessarily think or feel or have a life like ours. Here at Unity North, as displayed in the drama that we've just heard, it is our hope that the story that we are all telling is one of belonging, that it is a story of oneness, a story of community, and certainly of our namesake, unity. So what does unity, what does oneness require of us? It cannot and does not happen by accident. It is intentional. It is purposeful. What are the necessary components to being a welcoming environment? And we as a community need to continually ask ourselves those questions. It's very easy to hang out in groups and cliques that feel good and not pay attention that there's somebody who desperately needs to be in the circle and is not involved in the circle. And so we cultivate the mindset that says every voice matters, that every person belongs. Tonight's meditation will be a recognition and a celebration of all that it takes to be that environment. Before we get into that meditation, Julie and I have a piece that we'd like to share. This is a piece that was written for the Ecumenical Thanksgiving, a place of belonging here in Cobb County, a place where people of all different faiths, all different traditions, cultures, and backgrounds came together to remember that each voice in that circle was important, was valued, was worthy. And so let this be a foundation of a house that we build today. This is called Harmonizing the Voice of Humanity.
Every voice matters.
Every voice counts.
Every voice is needed.
Every voice must sound.
Every voice important.
Every song, every word.
Every voice has value.
Let your voice be heard.
The young,
The old,
the girl,
the boy,
each man,
each woman,
a song of joy.
The gay,
the straight,
the BTQ,
the voice of me,
the voice of you.
the Christian,
Sikh
Muslim,
and Jew,
Buddhist,
Baha'i,
Taoist.
pagan too. For every voice matters.
Every voice counts.
Every voice is needed.
Every voice must sound.
Every voice important.
Every song, every word.
Every voice has value.
Let your voice be heard.
The black,
The white,
the yellow,
the brown.
The time has come.
The time is now to step up,
Step back,
step out,
step in,
but take the step
and just begin.
To speak out,
Speak up,
speak strong,
speak loud,
speak love,
speak peace,
speak kind.
speak proud. A voice of compassion.
A voice that brings light,
A voice that brings justice.
a voice that unites, a voice of deep passion.
Not passive, but strong.
Your voice is your power.
Your voice is your song.
Cultivate,
Cooperate,
illuminate,
actuate,
motivate,
emanate,
advocate,
animate,
educate,
inflate,
substantiate,
arbitrate,
radiate,
perpetrate,
elevate,
celebrate,
penetrate,
demonstrate,
and decimate all the hate.
with a new heart and vision.
New spirit, new view.
The world is waiting.
The chorus needs you. Every voice matters.
Every voice counts.
Every voice is needed.
Every voice must sound.
Every voice important.
Every song, every word.
Every voice has value.
Your voice must be heard. And in your singing
And in your shout,
and in your whisper,
remove the doubt.
that we are one.
Each voice, each heart.
Humanity in harmony. For your pain is mine.
Your joy I share.
Your loss I carry.
Your burdens I bear.
We walk together.
No one alone.
We share one mother,
Our earthly home.
In sympathy,
And empathy,
willingly,
actively,
lovingly,
vulnerably,
regularly,
visibly,
audibly,
honestly,
tenderly,
we remember that we are one humanity, one biology,
one spiritual technology,
one creation,
incarnation,
invocation,
consecration,
affirmation,
realization
of love,
of peace,
of God. Let us ruminate,
to renovate,
innovate,
to recreate,
mitigate,
to eliminate whatever has come between us. Let us sing down the wall.
Let us sing down the block,
Let us sing down the barriers,
the borders.
the box. We will sing so many bridges.
We will not sing alone.
You and I will bring the music
You and I will bring the stones,
that make that bridge much stronger.
the harmony profound.
Each stone, each note belongs here.
God's voice, our common sound.
God's voice,
our common ground. Get off the couch, sisters and brothers,
Put one foot down and then the other.
and be the change you want to see.
The eyes for those who cannot see.
The ears for those who cannot hear.
The voice for those consumed with fear.
The hope for those who've lost their drive.
The breath for those that must survive.
Breathe.
Breathe. The answer is as close as the breath that you just took.
And the one you just released.
It is the power behind the voice.
The truth behind the call.
The good behind the choir.
The God
good within us all.
Shanti.
Salam.
Shalom.
Hewa.
Paz.
Pache.
Om.
Peace.
Every voice matters.
Every voice counts.
Every voice is needed.
Every voice must sound.
Every voice important.
Every song, every word.
Every voice has value.
Let your voice be heard. And so we begin our time of reflection with a sense of belonging. And I want to let you know before we get into that time of I ask you to close your eyes is that Sylvia is over in the truck over there, and she has a beautiful sign of belonging, a beautiful sign that is a voice that everybody belongs here. And Sylvia, you gave me your phone number. Am I okay to give your phone number out? Just tell them to come over there. But just go please see Sylvia and Nita, and if you'd like to participate in letting your voice be heard, wherever you choose to put that, please join me. I've already purchased 2, and letting our voice be heard. And so take a deep breath with me. Every voice and every heart, every spirit, every person matters. Tonight we draw a circle that includes, a circle that embraces, a circle that invites all people. For we are the family of earth. We are the family of God, of Spirit. We are the family of oneness. And so let us take this awareness and this truth into our first time of reflection with this song written by our beloved Debbie Schroed, who passed just a few weeks ago. Family. We'll sing it a couple of times so you can join in. And if you don't get the right words, don't worry, there are no wrong words in family. Make a joyful noise. I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I am lifted up in prayer. I am home, my family is here. I am home, my family is here. I feel loved. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, and when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I am lifted up in prayer. Let's do that one more time as we draw that circle. I am home, my family is here. I feel loved. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I am lifted up in prayer. And so Michael Burke is here, and I asked him to bring the gong. Each time the gong is played this evening, I invite you to expand the circle of consciousness, the circle of belonging, the circle of listening, the circle of welcoming, the circle of family. So I'm going to ask him to play that as we go into our first just brief period of silence. Let us begin to know that circle in the silence. And so with a clear vision of what that circle looks like, where its boundaries might be, no judgment about that circle, its circumference. That circle may have served you, but we understand that circles are meant for expansion, infinite, until all belong. And so our truth tonight is that belonging requires communication. And communication requires listening. And so we begin our meditation with simply listening. Listening to the environment. Listening to the music outwardly and the music inwardly. We listen to the music of our divine self and the divine self in all others. And we listen to God. And as you continue to be aware of your breath, listen to the sweet and soft voice whispering in your soul. It is whispering guidance. It is whispering where the circle wants to move. It is whispering awareness, and it is whispering truth. That which calls us to our highest, and that which gives us to hear the highest in others, beyond their words, their actions, beyond any of our judgments, to the core of their soul. And so taking that circle not only a little bit wider, but a little bit deeper, our next chant, repeat after me these words: hear me in your heart, I am calling you. Listen to your heart, I am here. Calling out your name, whispering your name. As you sing with me, listen with me as well. Hear me in your heart, I am calling you. Listen to your heart, I am here again. Hear me in your heart, I am calling you. Listen to your heart, I am here, calling out your name, whispering your name. and listening. And in the listening, the sense of family, the sense of circle expands. Once again, breathe with me. Communication and listening builds relationships. And relationship requires balance, giving and receiving, honoring and being honored. An expanded circle is never a one-sided affair. In fact, a circle has no side at all. It is a constant flow. A flow of responsibility and accountability in return. An environment of balance, of harmony, and partnership that recognizes that God is everywhere present. The peace we heard as we drove in today was the recognition that God exists in everyone and every child, no matter their age. No matter who they are or what they believe, God is present. Let us see that and know that right now. And perhaps come to an awareness of where we have placed somebody outside of our circle for whatever reason. Bring them in. I'm reminded of the quote by Edwin Markham. They drew a line that shut me out. A rebel, a heretic, a thing to flout. But God and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and brought them in. Let us hold the energy of St. Patrick, his breastplate, and this song as we recognize that expanded circle and bring in those who have been set aside and marginalized. God before us, God behind us, to the left and the right, God above us, God below us, all around and inside. And if you're so led to put your hands in those directions, do so. Because the energy that we are creating now is not contained in this moment, but can be sent all over our planet, our nation, our state, our city, our communities. I invite you to sing this with me, not only with your voice, but with your heart. God before us, God behind us, to the left and the right. God above us, God below us, all around and inside. God before us, God behind us, to the left and the right. God above us, God below us, all around and inside. God before us, God before us, God behind us, to the left above us, God below us, all around and inside, all around and inside, all around and inside. Sit in the deep awareness of the fact that God is everywhere within your circle, and that there is no place or person or spot where God does not exist. And the circle gets a little wider in the silence. Once belonging, communication, listening, balance, and the awareness of God is in place, the next step of a spiritual community, a community of unity, is shared vision, shared goals, shared purpose, common desire, a sacred spiritual contract that allows us all to achieve more, to be more, to receive more, and to give more. Each of us is more because we are together. For we are co-creators. And as we have this awareness of belonging, our hands are used to heal the earth. And our hearts are then used to heal the earth. And our minds, our collective minds and hearts and hands heal all the earth. And the planet knows a place of deep, sacred rebirth. I invite you to hold these words with me and to sing them with me if you're led. We are co-creators building a new world. Co-creators building a new world. With our hands healing all the earth. With our hearts healing all the earth. And with our minds healing all the earth. And all of life knows sacred rebirth. And again, if you feel so led to use your hands as an outward demonstration of an inner truth, extend your hands when we say that. Put those hands on your heart when we sing that. Place your hand upon your mind, your brain, your head as we sing that. And then throw the energy everywhere as we say all of life knows sacred rebirth. We're co-creators building a new world. 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 With our hands, healing all the earth. With our hearts, healing all the earth. With our minds, healing all the earth. All of life knows sacred rebirth. We're co-creators building a new world. 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 With our hands healing all the sacred rebirth. We're co-creators building a new world. Co-creators building a new world. And the circle gets bigger and bigger. And within the expansion is the awareness that that breath that we are mindful of is a shared breath. And in that awareness, your dream becomes my dream. Your celebration, mine, and my celebration, yours. Your pain becomes mine, and mine, yours. We, as partners in growing and expanding, are pushing the edges of that circle together. At any given moment, we are the one that needs healing. Or you are the one that needs healing. But the healing is in the expanded circle itself. At any given moment, we are called to be the one who is the healer. At any given moment, we are the ones needed by another. Let us draw that circle ever wider. Let us live beyond any current circles. And in this awareness, allow the edges of that circle to fade like a fog and disappear, where truly unity exists, where all who are seeking automatically belong. All who seek more find it within the lack of a circle. It is in this place that we begin to recognize that your prayer and my prayer are the same. We want the same thing. Oh, we have different ways to get there. But when you peel it back and when the circle dissolves, we realize that you are a part of me and I am a part of you. And that any illusion of separation was only humanly made. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Please sing with me. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. For your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. Extended beyond this parking lot to all people. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. Send that prayer, this song, into the earth. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Send it into the sky, to the clouds above us, that will carry this truth beyond any circle. As we return to the truth of the Garden of Eden, that we never left except in our own minds. Let us sing one more time. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. Bring to mind now each character that you met on the way here to the back parking lot. Bring to your mind the face of each person who knew the truth that there is only one prayer. And when that young girl entered the doors of your heart, of your prayer, of your truth, that you have the ability beyond our human constructs to reach out energetically and say, your prayer is my prayer too. We belong to each other. Sit in our next period of reflection as the circle completely dissolves. I invite you to stand where you are if you are able. And if that's difficult for you in some of those low chairs, that's okay. You can stay seated, but stand on the inside. We'll begin our time to conclude with a poem called You Belong. Your healing is tied to mine. Look around at the people around you. Your healing is tied to mine, and mine to yours. The world waits for you to see what you'll give and to see what you'll receive, to see what you'll do, to see who you'll be, and to see who we'll be together. The love you give is the love that you'll feel circling back to feed you and to heal you and to heal us. And as we heal, the world heals with us. The distance you feel is the great illusion. And that distance can be as small as 6 feet, or thousands and thousands of miles. It makes no difference in the mind of God. And as much as we want to reach out right now and hold each other's hand, you can energetically do that. Feel that coming from your left and your right. This breath is mine and it is yours. This breath is yours and it is mine. What we share is the truth, the kindness that pours through your heart and your hands and your words travels further than you know. So trust love again, because you are love. Trust love again, because I am love. Trust love again, because anybody that comes into your field is love. Trust love again, because it is a world without boundaries, without circles, and our healing is a gift to all. And so our final song for the evening, we the people of the world have come to share our love. Say that with me. We the people of the world have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for, and bring about the world we hope for. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. Together, we stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. I invite you to energetically, without touching hands, to know that there's nothing between 6 feet and 10,000 miles between us. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. I'm going to invite Wes on our stream to go around with the camera and to behold the face of love. Send all you got into that camera to the thousands upon millions of people that are watching right now. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. Sometimes when we have these moments of recognition at the conscious level, we go home. And all those subconscious thoughts that needed to be addressed didn't come up. We're going to sing the song one more time. Let it all come up. Let it all be released. Let it all be known. That our prayers are not in vain. Our hopes are not in vain. Our songs are not in vain. And our community will never be in vain. Together we sing. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We, the people of the world, have come to share our love and bring about the world we hope for. We stand hand in hand so the world may live in peace. We stand hand in hand so the world hope that this evening, in our brief time together, it has been valuable to you. And the last time we did a parking lot gathering like this, we heard a lot of words of thanks to Julie and the team that had the experience at the beginning, to the people that helped put this on, set up the sound and play music, to those that you share this experience with. But we forgot that we are a community that has an overhead. And the offering basket was quite low. Do we have a way for them to give on the way out?
Yes. Diane will have a basket.
Diane Glenn will be out there. If you would like to contribute that way, you can text to give as always on our stream. Those of you watching on the stream, please avail yourself of our text to give process. Mail those checks in. Go on Facebook and like what we've done and say thank you. But those donations are allowing this community to still do these things. And we are going to do this again. Rumi in the Garden is going to be happening the last Wednesday night of August. It'll be the poetry of Rumi and Hafiz. We will have dinner provided for you that evening. We're going to see if we can make room for a few more cars, but it'll be only a $10 meal, Middle Eastern food, Persian food, and a night of the beauty and the love and the poetry of Rumi and Hafiz. So you're going to have to sign up. So just like you signed up for tonight, please sign up for that one as well. Just a little gratitude. Put gratitude into the air right now to all the people that participated tonight and created an environment of belonging and connection and family. I always like to say, and some people don't like it, but it's my heart, if what we have done here tonight stays in this parking lot, it's been a mild entertainment. But if what we have done here today allows a circle to be expanded out there, that you're a different person and you're treating people differently and the circle is more open and receptive, it's been the most valuable time that we could have spent together. Feel free to stay back here. There's some beautiful people all around you. Get to know them. 6 feet distance with a mask on would be preferable, but being respectful of each other. Thank you all for coming this evening. You are a blessing. Go be loved. If your house still, okay, I'll take your offer.
Well, I just enjoy, I know it's a hard time. Yeah, and hard to say. We think Mike can throw me off.
Richard,
I don't get to say that.
do you want to say something before I end it?
Sure, to just the people watching? Okay. So once again, I want to thank each of you for joining us. I hope that you felt the warm embrace of Mother Earth that was out here, the warm embrace of this community that was out here, my warm embrace. You belong. And even though you weren't here in person with us, you were here with us in heart and in our love. And so we thank you for tuning in. And if you're tuning in a day or two after this happened, you're still belonging energetically. Love knows no time, space, or distance. And so allow yourself to melt into this feeling that we've created tonight. Thanks so much for being here. Blessings to each and every one of you.